Hello Trailblazers, and welcome to today's math class. Today we are going to be building on the multiplication knowledge that we have by practicing our extended facts. And I will tell you a little bit more about what that means when we go over to the math bench. But I wanted to show you that some of the manipulatives that we'll be using today are cubes, which remember the cubes are 1. We'll be using longs, which are 10, and we will be using flats, which are 100. And if you are wanting to do a written expression of these, the cubes can be written just with a dot, which it's hard to see on that video. Longs are a long line, and flats are written as a square. And let's get started with a really basic fact. 2 times 3. You got it, it's 6. 2 times 3 equals 6. Because you know that 2 times 3 means that there are 2 groups of 3, and that is 6. We're going to go to the math bench and we're going to see how we can use our basic fact in order to solve some extended facts. Let's go. So we just looked at the very basic fact, 2 times 3 equals 6. And now I can see that represented with my cubes. I have 2 rows of 3 cubes, which equals 6. So now I'm going to practice an extended fact. And an extended fact uses a basic fact, 2 times 3, but 3 is actually 30, which is 3 groups of 10. It's extended because it's instead of 3, it's a multiple of 10. 3 groups of 10, 30, equals, well, rather than using cubes, I'm going to use longs. So I'm going to say I have 2 groups of 3. So I have 2 groups of 3, but each 3 has 10. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, so 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 times 30 equals 60. What if I try 2 times 300? Think about the pattern that you're seeing. Okay, I'm going to use my flats to represent this. I still have 2 groups of 3. But now I have 3 hundreds. 2 groups of 3 hundreds. So I have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So 2 times 300 equals 6 hundreds. We can see that we've used the basic fact 2 times 3 equals 6 to solve our extended facts. 2 times 30 equals 60. 2 times 300 equals 600. Another way of thinking of it is that I did 2 times 3, but if I had a 0 at the end of 3, so 30, I added 1 0 at the end of my product. 2 times 300, I have 2 zeros at the end of my factor. So I added 2 zeros at the end of my product. Okay, let's look at another group of extension facts. So we see our basic fact is 3 times 5. Well, what is 3 times 5? 3 times 5 equals 15. And if we were representing that with base 10 blocks, we would have 3 groups of 5 cubes, which totals 15 cubes altogether. So now let's look at 3 times 50. So we see that basic fact, 3 times 5. And remember that 50 is just 5 groups of 10, right? So 3 times 5 is like saying 3 times 5 groups of 10. So each of these is 10, so I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or 5 groups of 10. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to turn them this way so I have enough space. So now how many do I have all together? Well, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 150. Another way that I could look at that is I could say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 groups of 10 and add my 0 at the end. Okay, so I'm still thinking about that pattern. And now I see 3 times 500, which is essentially 3 times 5 groups of 100. So I have 5 groups of 100, 5 groups of 100, 5 groups of 100. 3 of those. I'm going to move so I have space. Which is 500, plus 500 more is 1,000, plus 500 more is 1,500. 1,500, or 1,500. I have my 2 zeros at the end, 2 zeros at the end. Now we're going to do a little bit of practice on extended facts together. So let's look at the problem 5 times 70. Think about, first, what is a basic fact that we could use to solve 5 times 70? We can use 5 times 7 equals 35. So if we know that 5 times 7 equals 35, what is 5 times 70? Use longs or drawn out longs if you need to solve this problem. Great. 5 times 7 equals 350. 35 with the 0 at the end. 35 tens. Okay, let's do another one. 8 times 30. What basic fact can you use to solve 8 times 30? You can use 8 times 3. And what does it equal? 24. So if 8 times 3 equals 24, what is 8 times 30? 240, or 24 tens. Okay, let's look at another one. 6 times 800. What basic fact can you use to solve 6 times 800? 6 times 8 equals, okay, and what does 6 times 8 equal? 48. So if 6 times 8 equals 48, what does 6 times 800 equal? 4,800, or 4,800. Okay, this is going to be our last practice. 70 times 9. What basic fact can you use to solve 70 times 9? you could use 7 times 9. And what does 7 times 9 equal? 7 times 9 equals 63. So if 7 times 9 equals 63, what is 70 times 9? 630, or 63 tens. Great. Great job today, third graders. Okay, next I want you to go on to iExcel and work on the assignment that I put in Google Classroom in order to continue working on this skill of extended facts. It probably won't take you very long because I know that you've been working hard to master your math facts, and this is just building up on that. If you are up for a challenge, I have put a logic puzzle in as an extra challenge today using multiplication facts. It has the digits 1 through 9, and you're only going to use each digit one time to solve those logic puzzles. And so if you would like to come into advisory today, Monday, I will be there at 1 o'clock. You can come to ask questions, you can come just to get some work done, or even just to say hi. I will see you later.